The great hall of the Zerathian flagship smelled faintly of scorched metal and ozone. Towering banners of black and crimson hung from the vaulted ceiling, each marked with the fanged insignia of the Zerathian Empire. Beneath them, the alien general herself, General Vera Cathalis, stood with her arms folded, the faint shimmer of her ceremonial armor casting strange reflections across the cold floor. Before her knelt a human, wrists bound, hair matted with sweat and dirt, a split lip still fresh from his capture. His name was Captain Darius Kane, a soldier of the Terran Defense Fleet, the only survivor from the battle at Zenthar's Reach. "You dare trespass in our sector, human." Vera's voice was deep, edged with disdain. "Your kind is weak, yet arrogant enough to challenge the Zerathian throne. Give me one reason why I should not have your head displayed on my command bridge." Darius lifted his head slowly, blood still dripping down his chin. "If you wanted me dead, you wouldn't be talking to me." The alien guards around him hissed in offense, their clawed hands tightening on their energy pikes. Vera's eyes narrowed. She gave a small gesture, and her second-in-command stepped forward, ready to drag him away to the execution chamber. But Vera wasn't satisfied. She wanted to see this human break. "No," she said. "Kill him here. Now." Middle the turning point. Two guards moved in, blades humming to life. Darius's mind raced. He'd been in tight spots before, but nothing like this. Still, his body tensed, muscles coiling for the only option left. When the first guard lunged, Darius twisted aside, letting the blade skim the air. In a single motion, he slammed his shoulder into the guard's chest, knocking the alien off balance. The crowd of Zerathian officers gasped. The second guard swung down in a vertical slash. Darius dropped low, sweeping his bound hands around the alien's ankle and yanking hard. The alien fell heavily, weapon skidding across the floor. With a grunt, Darius dove for it, the restraints biting into his wrists as he rolled and came up holding the energy pike. The hum of its plasma blade filled the hall with a deadly promise. "Stop him!" Vera barked, but her voice carried more intrigue than fear. 3 more guards charged in, forming a circle around him. They moved in perfect, trained unison, yet Darius moved like a predator. A feint to the left, a sudden strike to the right. One guard crumpled. A spinning block, the hiss of metal on plasma. Another guard's weapon was sent flying. The last came at him with both claws extended. Darius ducked, hooked the alien's arm, and used his momentum to slam him into the polished floor. The guard's head hit with a dull thud, and he lay still. The hall was silent except for the ragged breathing of the human who should have been dead by now. Confrontation, one against many. Vera's lips curled, not in anger but in something far more dangerous. Amusement. Impressive for prey. She gestured again, and 5 elite guards stepped forward. Their armor was thicker, their weapons longer, their eyes burning with determination. This was no longer execution, it was spectacle. Darius, exhausted but running on pure adrenaline, read their movements before they made them. The first came from behind. He spun, catching the blow on the shaft of his weapon and countering with a kick to the chest. Another slashed low. Darius jumped back, feeling the heat of the plasma pass inches from his legs. He fought with desperation and precision, each move born from years of surviving hopeless odds. 2 guards fell to his strikes. A third lost his weapon entirely, staring in shock before being shoved aside. The last 2 came at once. Darius ducked, rolled between them, and slammed the butt of his pike into the back of one's knee, dropping him instantly. The final guard lunged, but Darius caught his arm, twisted, and drove the alien into the floor. The sound of armor plates cracking echoed in the chamber. Darius stood there, chest heaving, surrounded by the unconscious bodies of Vera's best warriors. A shift. Silence hung heavy. Every officer in the hall stared at the human, as if unsure whether to fear him or admire him. Vera descended the steps from her throne-like command seat, her boots clicking softly against the floor. She walked up to Darius, stopping mere inches away. Her gaze was piercing, searching, almost predatory. "You could have fled," she said quietly. "You could have begged for your life. Instead you fought. You defied me." "I don't kneel for tyrants," Darius replied, voice steady despite his exhaustion. For a long moment they simply stared at each other. Then, to the astonishment of everyone present, Vera raised her hand, not to strike him but to signal the guards. "Release him." The guards hesitated, but her voice hardened. "Do it," ending an uneasy alliance. The bindings fell from his wrists. Darius rubbed the raw skin, watching Vera with suspicion. "You're not going to kill me?" he asked. Her lips curved into the faintest smirk. "You've earned something far rarer than mercy, human. You've earned my interest. Your kind talks of courage. I have seen it today." She leaned closer, her voice dropping to a low growl. "And I do not waste warriors." Darius narrowed his eyes. "I'm not your soldier." "Not yet," she replied, turning away. "But you will be, whether you know it or not. The galaxy is shifting, Captain Kane, and when the real war comes, you may find you need me as much as I need you." With that, she strode back to her seat, issuing orders for the wounded to be carried away. Darius remained standing in the center of the hall, still gripping the stolen weapon, unsure whether he'd just been spared or recruited. Outside the flagship's massive viewport, the stars drifted silently across the black. Somewhere in that vast darkness, Darius realized, his fate had just been rewritten, not by a Terran court, but by the will of a ruthless alien general who saw him not as prey, but as a potential equal.